Good morning and welcome to another edition of the Daily Fix. I am your usual host, Advocate Tulo Hoyani. I have always said over and over again that the greatest malady of the politics of present day South Africa is the widespread corruption, the endemic corruption that we see all over and around us. Corruption has become a way of life in South Africa. Every second politician, let me boldly say so, is corrupt. The latest person now to make it into this league or into this club is one Kabelo Gwamanda. Kabelo Gwamanda is a former mayor of Johannesburg who has just been ousted and was replaced by one Dada Morero. It would appear that, according to the narrative that is out there, it would appear that some 10 years before Gwamanda joined politics, Gwamanda was involved in a burial or funeral scheme known as Itemba Lama Africa, the hope of the hope of black people. Translated, it is the hope of black people. He ran this burial scheme fraudulently, never buried people. People invested in that burial scheme of his. He never kept his promise to bury, in terms of the burial policies that he was issuing, if they can be called burial policies. He never actually buried people. He just received, those contributions on the premiums from, innocent, ordinary people, and never undertook, but never buried the deceased, who were supposed to be the beneficiaries of those policies. Now, where are we getting with all these people? Every week, the headlines, the news, they're all over the news. Corruption is all over the news. So what Dada Morero, the mayor of Johannesburg, has now decided to do is to suspend Gwamanda with immediate effect. And in the short statement that he made, this is what he says. Let me just read it to you. In line with the city's commitment to integrity, good governance and accountability, I have decided to place MMC Gwamanda on special leave, effective immediately, and relieve him of his executive duties. So Gwamanda is out. He has been benched. Gwamanda is out. It all remains to be seen where Morero takes this, process forward. How Morero takes this process forward. But it is very disturbing. This corruption is very disturbing. We are supposed to have people of integrity. This is a former mayor. Now he comes into politics. There are no proper, checks in place, to vet some of these people. How did this man make it to be mayor? Only to find that not so long ago he was involved in this scam. And the whole thing comes to the fore after he has, served his short stint as mayor. But the bottom line is we are just getting opportunists to get into positions of power, men who have no integrity at all. And Gwamanda is a shining example of that. Remember, there is also that Integrity Commission of the ANC, which is meeting this weekend. The Integrity Commission of the ANC will be looking into, the duties and, how they can strengthen and improve, the way the Integrity Commission functions. And one of the issues on the agenda will be none other than Thembisi Melani, the current Minister of Justice. Thembisi Melani, I've always said over and over again, does not deserve to be where she is. She was involved in the VBS scandal. She was mayor of Polokwane in 2016 and allegedly benefited from a loan that was provided to her by some dubious financial lender like Gundo, and Gundo was closely linked to VBS. And the narrative goes that this money came from VBS, was laundered through Gundo, and landed in a purse. And this is an amount of about R500,000. These are the sort of people that we have today in positions of power. Just where is it all leading? Are we ever going to get clean governance in this country? It looks like all those that we put in power or elect into positions of authority are just there just to line their pockets. They're just there to line their pockets and nothing else. I am calling on all South Africans. Let us scrutinize who our leadership is. Let us vet and and establish who we elect into positions of power. Otherwise, we run the risk of having Gwamandas and others in our midst. I will follow very closely what happens to Kabelo Gwamanda from here. The suspension is very welcome news, and I will continue to give you updates about how the whole story develops. Having said that, thank you very much for the subscriptions that I'm seeing. Thank you very much for the views that I'm seeing. Please kindly subscribe and have a nice Saturday and have a nice weekend too. Thank you.